Welcome to the Leadership Art Podcast. I'm your host, Art Robbins, and it's great to have you join us. The Leadership Art Podcast features insightful conversations with industry leaders who lead with purpose. And our purpose is to inspire you to be the best leader you can be. Well, artificial intelligence has been a topic that has come up in many of our podcast episodes. And there are so many companies now that are using AI and so few that are getting any benefit from it. MIT study reported less than 10% showed a financial return. So if AI is supposed to be the most transformative technology of our generation, why aren't most companies getting results? What's the problem here? Is it the technology? No, it's not. It's actually a leadership problem, but it's also a leadership challenge. In many companies today, AI has lots of pilots, lots of experiments, lots of enthusiasm, but very little discipline. Dozens of projects get launched, very few get scaled. No one is quite sure who owns the outcome, and in many cases, the leadership isn't really involved at all. When I'm talking about leadership in this case, I'm talking about executive leaders, the governance of the company, which include the board, the CEO, and the entire C-suite. And it's really an opportunity for executive leaders to step up and take control of the situation in order for AI to realize its full potential and deliver real value. A recent McKinsey study reported that most companies said their boards have no oversight of AI projects and also have little or no experience with AI. Executives need to take the lead. The problem we have here is that AI is like so many new technologies. It's still the Wild West. There's no standards, no regulations, no guardrails. And the way things are going, you can't rely on the government or standards boards to create those for you. Each company has to take on that responsibility themselves. But the good news is that you don't have to start from scratch. There's a lot you can learn from history, the way new technologies have been adopted and deployed and scaled in the past. There's also a lot you can learn from the best practices you have deployed and are currently using. You can leverage and enhance many of those best practices to adapt to the unique aspects of AI. Done right, AI will reshape how your company competes, how you allocate capital, how you manage risk, and how the work itself gets done. So specifically, what can you do as an executive leader to deliver the value of AI to your companies? Here's some ideas that are readily implementable. First, identify the criteria for high-value AI opportunities. A useful starting point is an AI value map, identifying the highest impact opportunities across the business aligned with the company's strategy. This isn't about projects that use AI to write crisper emails. This is about identifying projects that will advance and accelerate the company's strategy. Executives should require answers to three simple questions. Where can AI increase revenue? Where can AI reduce costs or improve productivity? And what are the 5 or 10 use cases offering the highest return on investment? Executives should push managers to focus resources on a small number of high-value initiatives. For each initiative, require a prioritized list of AI use cases with estimated ROI, investment requirements, and expected timelines. Second, establish governance and ownership. AI governance often fails because responsibility is unclear. Who owns what? The tech team, the business units, the legal team? Some companies think creating a chief AI officer will solve the ownership problem. But the truth is, even though this officer might be valuable to advance education and adoption, because AI is so pervasive and cross-disciplined, ownership has to reside across many departments. This is why it's critical for executives to explicitly define how AI oversight will be handled. In most organizations, this involves a shared responsibility. The executive team should oversee alignment between AI strategy and corporate strategy, major AI investments, reputational and regulatory risks. There's no need to establish an entirely new governance structure. Instead, leverage and enhance existing board and management committees to address specific issues. And AI should also become a regular executive meeting agenda item, not an occasional discussion. The goal is not to micromanage technology. It is to ensure that strategic direction and risk oversight are clear. Operational decisions will reside and stay with the business unit managers. Next, adopt capital allocation policies to the AI initiatives. Many AI initiatives fail because organizations either scale them prematurely or allow them to languish indefinitely as pilots. As a result, there are hundreds of AI experiments with very few scaled solutions. Executives should require a structured AI investment lifecycle, similar to other major capital decisions. Leverage and enhance your existing processes. Executives should also require reporting periodically on the number of pilots underway, how many have achieved proof of value, how many have been scaled, and the financial returns generated. And when projects reach that scaling stage, when real money is required, executive approval is required. Next, ensure there is an AI risk framework in place. AI introduces new categories of risk. These include unreliable or hallucinated outputs, algorithmic bias, data privacy concerns, intellectual property exposure, and regulatory and reputational risks. Executives should establish a formal AI risk framework where key elements include clear policies on acceptable AI use, model testing and validation processes, transparency reporting, human oversight for critical decisions, and incident reporting procedures. They should also specify which types of AI incidents must be escalated to the executive team and how quickly. The objective is not to eliminate risk entirely. Innovation always involves uncertainty, but to ensure risks are understood and managed deliberately. Next, track a small set of AI performance metrics. Effective oversight requires visibility into results. Yet, surprisingly, few executive teams receive consistent reporting on AI performance. Executives should ask managers to develop a simple AI dashboard reviewed at least quarterly. Useful metrics might include financial impact, like revenue generated by AI projects, cost savings from AI-driven automation. Next category, adoption, like the percentage of core processes using AI and employee adoption of AI tools. Risk and compliance, the number of AI incidents reported, regulatory compliance status, and also capability building, such as the number of employees trained in AI tools and key AI talent recruited. Dozens of metrics are overkill. A focused set of indicators is enough to track progress and maintain accountability. Finally, close the leadership AI knowledge gap. Executives do not need to become AI engineers, but they must understand the business implications of the technology. They can accelerate learning through regular AI briefings from internal experts, external education sessions, discussions with industry specialists. Some organizations also recruit an executive with deep technology expertise to strengthen their oversight capabilities. So in conclusion, Executive leaders should not attempt to run AI initiatives themselves, but they must get involved. Their responsibility is to play an effective governance role, ensuring that AI investments are strategic, disciplined, and accountable. That means demanding clarity on value creation, establishing clear oversight structures, applying capital allocation discipline, ensuring appropriate risk management, and monitoring measurable outcomes. Companies that do this well are already outperforming their peers. And as AI continues to reshape industries, the quality of executive governments will become one of the defining factors separating organizations that capture AI's value from those that fall behind. And that will separate the winners from the losers. Well, that's it for now. Let me know what you think of today's Leadership Art article. React, comment, and share your own experiences. And as always, thank you for listening and your ongoing support. Until the next episode of the Leadership Art Podcast, this is your host, Art Robbins. And remember, it's your lead.